Inside Huntsville with Brenda Martin, a conversation with department heads at City Hall on streets, ball fields, public safety, and more. And also with our community partners that add economic security, support education, and enhance the city's quality of life.
Hello, I'm Brenda Martin with Inside Huntsville, and thanks for joining me today. The city of Huntsville operates under a mayor-council form of government, as defined by the Mayor-Council Act of the state of Alabama. All official actions must be approved by a majority vote of the council during its regular meeting on the second and fourth Thursday of each month. There are 5 city council districts. I have the pleasure today, the distinct pleasure, if you will, of speaking with our senior councilman, Dr. Richard Showers, Sr., who has served District 1 since 1988. That's almost 30 years, Councilman Showers. How are you? And thanks for being here.
I am very well, and I thank you for the invitation to come and be a part of Inside Huntsville.
Thank you, thank you. Well, we're certainly pleased to have you here. First of all, let's talk about Dr. Showers. Who is Dr. Showers? What did you do before you were elected?
Before getting on the council, I was an educator. In fact, I spent 36 years in the Huntsville City school system. I was a credit education teacher, because most people know as vocational teachers. Name change to career education.
Yes.
And I did that, and in 1988, Dr. George Grayson filed suit for cities like Huntsville to go to single-member districts, and he won. And that was the time I had an opportunity to submit my name. There was a bunch of other ones. In fact, in my campaign, I had 6 opponents. And of course, I was delighted because of the people who resided in District 1 by their choice.
Yes.
And my happy delight to serve. And I am delighted today to still have that opportunity.
So many people you taught. And in fact, when you walked in this morning, our station director, Keith, indicated you were one of his science teachers. I didn't know you taught science.
I did. My minor was in science, really biology. And at that time, the board permitted me to use my minor. And let me tell you how we got to that.
Okay.
In the years prior to there, I worked at Calvary Hill.
Oh.
And that year, at the end, the school was closed. It was a junior high school. And of course, I was transferred to Mountain Gap. Mm-hmm. Stayed there, and then the next stop was at the school where the young man who remembered me being his teacher, which was Chapman Middle School.
Okay.
And then I left Chapman Middle School and I went to the Huntsville Center for Technology. And at the end, I spent 36 years in this school district.
Oh my. In 1988, when you came on board, you were the first African-American elected official. What did that mean to you?
Well, it meant a lot to me to have the opportunity to serve. My mother and father and relatives and friends that resided in Huntsville was very supportive of my candidacy. And of course, I ran to make a difference. We had 5 council members then, but North Huntsville was left out. And of course, the other areas of town were getting attention. And of course, I knew then that if I got elected, there were going to be a lot of things that I would do that had not been getting done. And so at the end there, I was in the runoff, another candidate, and I ran. And of course, the runoff, we went through that, and at the end, I was declared the winner.
The winner, okay.
And have been serving this city in North Huntsville ever since.
Each district has its distinct personality. What is the makeup of your district, and what are your boundaries? 2 questions there.
All right. When Judge Vance approved the suit, he indicated in a brief that one district would be predominantly black, and that ended up being my district, District 1. And of course, at that time, the mode of election was by election at large. And what that meant was the majority populace was always declared the winner. So when Dr. George Grayson sued, we were given an opportunity to go to district. Well, a lot of folks say, well, that's not going to work because you'd be selfish and you just work for your own district. Well, that didn't happen. I started off working for the needs of all of our city, especially District 1.
Sure.
There were things that we did not have in District 1. We didn't have traffic lights. We didn't have recreation. We didn't have people serving on the various boards and authorities. And so when I ran, I told the people that I would make a difference and that I would represent their wishes and their needs and their concerns.
What concerns do you have most about your district?
Right now, my major concern is inclusiveness. We have an area of town. We don't have grocery stores. We don't have restaurants. We don't have health facilities. And of course, the people that I represent pay taxes like everybody else in this city. But they are concerned, and I am too, that we will have more opportunities to be made available to those who live in North Huntsville. And of course, today we have come a long ways.
Yes.
When I look at, we didn't have sidewalks. I indicated earlier, we didn't have street lights. And all of those items came about, not so much because of Richard Showers, but it came by because I made notice of it, and I had the support to do it. We had a YMCA in 1988. It burned. It was a dilapidated facility. And of course, I used to go up to the Y myself. I was blessed my children were members of the Y and they could participate in all of the activities. But there was an element of children who came and stood at the fence. At that time, we had an outdoor swimming pool. Well, those children couldn't go in because they didn't have membership. And I said then, not knowing I was going to get to be on the city council, that I had to do something about that. That we got an element of our community that was not being included. And of course, let me skip over to Central City. We had a recreational facility right across from where City Hall is now. It was a recreational center, had a swimming pool, and because our boys and our girls wanted to swim over there with the other boys and girls, that facility was closed. In fact, I saw dump trucks, concrete trucks, backed up to that pool and closed it, poured concrete in it and shut it down. And the building was eliminated. Where the Art Council is now, is where the recreational facility was. An ideal spot, but at that time there were those who didn't feel like that we ought to be inclusive. And so when I had an opportunity to make a difference in terms of recreation, I did. At that time, we had no one from North Huntsville to serve on any of the boards, the minor boards, the mid-level boards, the large boards. And of course, as I said, I was elected to make a difference. And I was able to get people who lived in North Huntsville on every board. Today, we have people who live in North Huntsville serving on all of our boards that we have downtown. That was history. Airport Authority, there was never anybody on that board. The Hospital Authority, there were never anybody who resided in North Huntsville was able to serve. And I can go on and on some of the minor boards that I was able to get with the help of my fellow council members to get that change. And of course, today we have people serving on all of the boards. When I went downtown in 1988, there were no blacks in City Hall. Now, there were a couple, and they worked from the basement. They were custodians. Those were the only present that we had at that time. And because I was again able to convince the council and the administration that we needed to do more in terms of being inclusive with those who we employ. And they made the decision to do that. And today we got people everywhere downtown.
That's exactly
You go downtown Huntsville, you think you're in Atlanta or you're in Memphis, one of those kinds of cities. But Huntsville has come a long ways. The leadership, the mayoral persons that were in office then, and certainly council members that were serving then. Bill Klain
Yes.
is the only council member serving today with me that was present in 1988. In fact, he and I came in 88. I just got installed before he did. So he tell everybody that I am the senior
councilman, yes.
And I accept that. But we were blessed to have Ernest Kaufman and Jimmy Walls
Yes.
to serve. Mark also served, and who represented the northeast of our city at that time. And it was an experience for me because I had a lot of help from Jimmy Wall and from Ernest Kaufman and from Mark. And it was a tremendous plus for me because I didn't know what I was doing. I knew I wanted to make a difference. I knew I wanted to represent what they wanted. And I'm trying to do that for the last 27 years, going on 28 now. And of course, I've been blessed. Huntsville is a great city to live. In fact, I'm still in Huntsville, not because I got elected to the city council, but because it's a great place in which to live. And it's been a blessing to me. The city has been good to me. And certainly as I've served and as I will continue to serve, we looking forward for some bigger and brighter things. There are areas of our city, North Huntsville, we were able to get Toyota. During that period, there was a move to make that area a landfill. The people that reside in my district all came to Johnson High School for a community meeting, town meeting, and they stood up and said no. And the administration at that time did not locate it there. We got one of the largest industries in our city located out on that site, and there are more to come. Shortly ago, we were introduced to the city a need to have a North Huntsville Business Association. That association would be designed to show the positiveness of Huntsville, that is North Huntsville, the kinds of stores that we have in the area, hotels, and we haven't got to the hotels yet, but it's on the way.
Okay.
We didn't have anything in terms of road projects at that time. Today we are blessed and certainly happy and delighted to have, we have a major road program going in North Huntsville because of the mayor, the current mayor, and the current council. Saw the need to do that, and we had the support to spend a lot of money on streets. And of course, I get calls every day about streets that have not been paid. And I tell them, just give me a minute. They got a grading process, and
Yes.
we'll get into all of those streets. We just recently had a street that was in dire need, Pulaski Pike. We have paved it from Holmes Avenue all the way to Maston Lake Road. And there's more to come. When I first got elected, we didn't have a 4-lane on Winchester Road. It was an unsafe 2-lane road. But again, because of the administration and council members, we were able to get a 4-lane all the way from the Parkway down to Moore's Mill. And just beyond that, it's in the county at that point in places.
Okay.
We've had an opportunity to go out and recruit landowners to say to us that they wanted to be in the city. And of course, we were able to do that. And so Huntsville is growing. However, in the north, we are still needing some things to happen in that part of the city that currently is not happening as it is in the west part of the city. My fellow council member, Will Cover, is blessed. He has a lot going on in that part of the city. Parts of the south is no different than the parts of the north. There are some things. shopping centers, vacant buildings, dilapidated buildings.
Yes.
And we're having to deal with that.
And how are you doing that? What are you doing with that?
What we are doing is recruiting and encouraging businesses to locate in North Huntsville. Now, businesses that come to any city, municipality like Huntsville, they want to be in a certain place. They want to locate where there's going to be a lot of traffic, where people are going to come and shop and buy. And of course, we are currently, as I speak to us now, the MLK, we named the Northern Bypass after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And of course, we are supposed to finish that particular project, the loop around the city. We have the Western Bypass, and of course, this Northern Bypass will complete the loop on to the south and then to the east. But what the Northern Bypass, MLK, is going to do, is going to open up much more opportunities for people to travel that way and to locate small businesses, larger businesses, and certainly residential character. We don't have that right now, but we know as soon as we finish that, people won't have to go down the Parkway.
I see.
To go to the destinations on Arsenal and some other points south. They can come right off the Parkway and go around the northern part of the city, and that's going to create development.
So how soon will that happen, Dr. Showers?
2016. This is going to be completed next year.
Okay.
And then we're going to go from the Parkway over to 72 East, and that's going to be in the 17-18 time frame. But right now, the Northern Bypass will be finished next year in 2016.
And that will make a difference in your district?
It will make a difference because we'll have more traffic, we'll have more people who will get to see the beautiful landscape. We got lots of acres that we can have businesses and residential character, but right now that's not happening. We have Toyota in the park, that is the North Huntsville Industrial Park, and we got another small engineering building. But the city has designed that park that businesses that's going to come when the road is completed, they don't have to go in and make any roads. Streets will already be in, and all we needed them to do is to assume those places that's out there for use of business persons in this city and others.
Because I was going to say, there's a lot of acreage available in North Huntsville.
If
you drive around that area, it's amazing to see all the vacant land. Well,
the airport and points west is where the majority of the industry is going now. Convenient, I-565, 65, Highway 20, these are all good opportunities to go in and out. And most of the companies that are looking at Huntsville, they want good ease and out in transportation. And of course, that's why I'm saying again, to be redundant, when we finish the Northern Bypass, it's going to create more opportunities to have businesses, residential character, light business, and other opportunities for North Huntsville.
Are you excited about your business council?
I am excited about it. We made the announcement. We did a tour of North Huntsville to show what we have and what's out there, and all we need is for businesses to make the decision to see that North Huntsville is just as acceptable as any other part of the city. We got a few small businesses. I got a mall on Sparkman Drive, and the mall on Sparkman Drive is Walmart. And of course, we know that in Hazel Green, Meridianville, they just put a new super Walmart there, and a lot of that traffic is now going to be cut back. But I'm noticing since they opened, we still got a good flow of traffic utilizing
that's good.
That particular spot on Sparkman Drive.
Now, when and where are your meetings held? I'm talking about your business
Those
council.
meetings held on Maston Lake at the Maston Lake Baptist Church. Dr. Boyd is the leader there, and a very positive thing, he has refused to take any money for the use of his building. He has opened the doors whenever we want to meet. He certainly accommodates us, and with zeal and with a lot of excitement. And the people who live in that area who comes to our meeting, we're blessed that the community is catching on board. In our planning department, Michelle Jordan is putting together a new opportunity to reach out to the established businesses that are already in North Huntsville. We got almost 80 businesses. Can you believe that?
No.
In
Geez,
North
okay.
Huntsville. We have identified all of them, and we're getting ready now to bring all of that together with our bankers, our engineers, other business persons who have businesses in our area, small and large, to get on board with the North Huntsville Business Association.
Okay. Now, you also have town meetings, that not to be confused with your business council, but you have town meetings once a month or every...
I have 4 annually.
Okay.
Each quarter. In fact, we got one coming up in December. That will be the last one for this year. We have been blessed. The citizens who come out to those meetings, they all are excited in that setting that they may not be able to ask down at the council meeting.
Sure.
There are a lot of our members who feel comfortable in coming to the town meetings to get certainly what's going on in the city. And of course, it gives them an opportunity to let the mayor and the council know what their needs are. Back to the streets. There are streets that have never been paved. There are ditches that have never been cut. There are grassed areas that have never been cut. This gives the citizens an opportunity to give input, and certainly those persons who handle those departments are there with their notepads, and they go ahead and get all of that done. I mentioned earlier Pulaski Pipe. There is another phase that's going to go in at Pulaski at the end of this year. In fact, we'll probably start somewhere at the first of the year, mid-year, to start buying up the right-of-ways and to finish the paving that we have started over there at that particular. Now, we also know that Oakwood Avenue, a street that runs east and west from Jordan Lane back over to Andrew Jackson Way, we've been able to put that all the way to Pulaski Pike. The other phase is coming, just as it is with Pulaski Pipe, stopping at Maston Lake. We'll go on further north as we come with the next round. I would be remiss if I would not say that our mayor, Tommy Battle, had an opportunity to make a difference in this city through the State Department. He and the governor got together and jointly created an opportunity to do a lot of these projects that we're having done now. Not that Huntsville is doing it by themselves, but the state is sharing in this particular project, and because Tommy Battle and the council is responsible for those actions that have taken place.
Councilman Showers, our time is running short, but what are your hours, and in case people in your district and others would like to contact you?
I have an open invitation. All of my constituents know that my door will never be closed. Okay. If they come up on the 7th floor and I'm there, the support persons who work for us on that floor know that if a person comes to see me, they can. Now, I'm there every day. I mean, I've had people ask, why are you there so late? Why are you there every day? Because the needs of my people, trying to come up with how better to make things work that may be a little bit slow. And so I put the time in. I was elected, Brenda, to represent the needs, the concern, and the wishes of District 1. When they say to me what it is that they want, that's what my job is going to be, is to satisfy my constituency. And I've been blessed to be able to do that when it comes to city business. Now, I'm not a school board member. I'm a city council man. And when those needs come up, I'm going to work for those folks who keep me in office.
That's right.
Now, these different groups they got around the city who fund these other groups, that's fine. But my funding is from the folk who support me, who goes to the polls every year and cast a ballot for Richard Showers.
Sure.
And I am delighted to have constituencies like that.
And we appreciate your servant leadership.
Thank you.
Across the city. You've been here almost 30 years, and I tell you, you truly have made a difference. My producer is telling me to wrap things up, and time has just gone so fast. I've enjoyed it. It is important to have you back on again.
Whenever
I believe we're
say.
going to need to do this at least quarterly, because there's so much that you do in your district and for the city as a whole. So we need to share that information with.
Before you cut my time, I want to indicate to the public 3 goals that I have for this term. And number 1, there is a black high school by the name of Council High School. It was allowed to become dilapidated, and of course the housing authority sold the council court neighborhood, and of course the art department had a vision and went out and recruited an artist who came in and put down the footprints around a memorial that recognizes Dr. Herford and Dr. Council. And of course, we're getting ready to name that area. It's called Twickenham now, but we're going to erect a sign by the name of Council Court.
Oh, okay.
2 other items, and I'm going to be finished.
Okay.
That was number 1. The second item was to complete the northern bypass. Mm-hmm. The Lord is going to bless. That's out there. Monies have already been allocated to do just that. And of course, the final move that we have, Joseph Lowry, resident of Huntsville. And early on, I had moved to name the old church street after Dr. Joseph Lowry.
Yes.
That didn't work out. So today we got a street that comes off Governor's Drive. They go all the way into Twickenham and to the Council Court area, Council High area, that would be very visible, and for people to see the historicalness of it. We'll be having a sign out there on Governor's indicating that this is in honor of a man who made so much in terms of contribution to Alabama, to North Alabama, and certainly to Huntsville.
Well, we thank you for all that. Thank you for sharing that information. We look forward to having you on again to give us an update.
Okay, I look forward.
In your district.
Whenever you say, I'm available.
Okay, thank you very much. It's been my pleasure to bring you another episode of Inside Huntsville. I'm Brenda Martin. Thanks for joining us.